If you've delivered great results for your clients, you've probably wondered to yourself, why aren't they actually referring me? I've transformed their business, I've exceeded their expectations, but they're not telling anyone about me, and I'm still pretty much doing all of this marketing myself. Now, here's the reality: most clients don't necessarily refer you, and that's not because they don't want to, but because you haven't actually made it easy for them to do it. So they don't know who to refer, they don't know what to say, and they don't really feel like they have this natural opportunity to actually promote you. But the good news here is that you can build a LinkedIn referral engine, really a system that turns your satisfied clients into active advocates who will then promote you on LinkedIn, which will then help you to generate high quality leads while creating a self-sustaining growth system. And when you do that, referrals will become your primary source of new business without additional basically marketing spend or effort. So through the course of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build a LinkedIn referral engine. I'll walk you through 3 core strategies for how to activate clients as advocates while also making referrals really easy whilst amplifying your advocacy on LinkedIn as an overall thing. And it's the same type of framework that I've leveraged to be able to amass a following of over 55,000 followers, all completely organic on LinkedIn with over 10 million impressions driven for my personal brand last year alone. You can see an example here of one of our client accounts with over 70 million impressions and one of our clients that we took to over 4,000 highly qualified followers in only 30 days. So we know what we're talking about here. Now, before we get into the strategies, let's talk about why referrals don't often happen naturally. And it's because in most cases, people just assume if I deliver great results, clients will just refer me. But the reason that they often don't do it is because they don't know who to refer. Even if they love your work, they don't necessarily know who in their network needs your help. They're not really actively thinking about it or looking for referral opportunities, or they just don't really know what to say. So even if they want to refer you, they don't know how to articulate what you do or who you help. And it just doesn't feel like there's a natural opportunity for them to do it. And so as a result, you can end up getting a little bit stuck. So the first strategy really is to activate clients as advocates. And this is where you give clients clarity on who to refer, what to say, and giving them permission to actually promote you. And the reason this matters is because most clients actually want to help you, but they just need that bit of activation. They need you to tell them exactly how they can help. So here's the framework for it. The first step is to ask for referrals at the right time. So don't wait until the end of the engagement. Actually ask when clients are most excited, right after a big win or a transformation. So for example, you can just say to them, look, I'm really glad that we achieved this result. I'm curious, do you know anyone else who's experiencing this problem and would benefit from this outcome? I'd love to help them the way that I helped you, right? You can see it's super simple. The second step is that you can actually give them a referral profile. So tell them exactly who to refer, and the more specific you are, the better. So an example of this is you could say as a framework, the role, what position and title is it, the industry, what sector, the challenge, what specific problem, and then the stage, what stage of the business. So an actual example of putting this together, you could say the ideal client referral for me is a 7-figure coach or consultant who struggled to generate consistent leads and is ready to invest in a strategic LinkedIn presence. That would be an example in my case, and then you can just tailor that based on your particular niche or the industry that you're in, for example. The third step is actually to give them the language to use. So don't make them have to figure out what to say. You can give them a simple, clear message that they can just copy and paste, and it makes it super simple. So an example of this could be, hey, name, I've been working with your name on outcome, and the results have been incredible, and then list the specific result. If you're experiencing problem, I'd highly recommend reaching out. Here's their LinkedIn profile link, right? And so you're basically equipping them to be able to help you to help them, right? Or the other way around, to help them to help you. And so by doing this, it just makes it much more straightforward for you moving forward. The fourth step is actually just to give them permission to share your content. So tell them explicitly, if you see a post of mine that resonates, feel free to share it with your network or tag someone who would benefit. And what this would look like in practice is, let's just say you helped a client scale from 300K to 750K. You then have that referral activation conversation. So give them a referral profile, right? In this case, let's say it's 7-figure coach is struggling with lead gen. You then give them the language to use and then give them permission to share your content. Now you can classify them as activated. They know who to refer, they know what to say, and they also know how to promote you. So that's really the first strategy, which is basically to activate clients as advocates. Now, the second strategy is really to make referrals easy on LinkedIn. So this is where you create natural opportunities for clients to actually promote you without it feeling forced or a bit awkward. And the reason this matters is because even if a client is activated, they need to just feel that there's a natural opportunity to refer you. And LinkedIn actually provides those opportunities if you design your system correctly. So the framework for this is the first step is to tag clients in relevant posts. So when you create content that's actually relevant to a client's industry or challenge, why not tag them in the post? And this gives them a natural opportunity to engage and to share. So an example post, an example way of going about doing this is you could do something like, I recently worked with a coach, tag the client who was struggling with the problem. And then here's what we did. You refer the solution, and then the result, you refer the outcome. And then you say, if you're experiencing the same challenge, here's what I'd recommend. And then you go on to explain. Now, where you tag them, they're then likely to comment, share, or tag others who might benefit from that same scenario. Now, the second step is to create case study posts featuring clients. So you can share client transformations as case studies. And this then gives clients a natural opportunity to share the post with their network. So a framework for this could be, you list the before state, which is the client's challenge before working with you, the solution, which is then what you actually did together, the after, which is then the specific result or the transformation, and then you would tag the client. So this is where you tag them in the post with their permission, of course. So another example here could be, I recently worked with client name to scale their coaching business from 300K to 750K in 6 months. Here's how we did it. You list the 3-step framework and then congratulations, and then you tag the client. Now, when you tag them, they're likely to share that post and then their network sees it, and that's a natural referral opportunity. Now, the third step is that you can ask clients to actually engage with your content. So you can say to a client explicitly, if you see a post that resonates, I'd love to see your engagement, a like, a comment, or a share, because it helps me to reach more people like you. Because when a client engages with your content, then their network will see it, and that creates more visibility and referral opportunities for you. The fourth step is to actually create shareable content. So make the content easy to share by creating posts that clients can share with their network without it feeling self-promotional. So shareable content characteristics could be something that teaches something valuable and it's not about you, something that solves a specific problem and it's relevant to their network, and something that includes a clear takeaway, something that's actually actionable, right? So an example here based on my use case could be 3 LinkedIn mistakes that are sabotaging your authority and how to fix them. And then when you have a post of that nature, a client can actually share this with their network and say, this is helpful, I thought you'd find it valuable. So in practice, let's say that you posted a case study featuring a client, you tag them and then they share it with their network and say, so grateful for the work your name did with me, highly recommend if you're looking to scale. Their network then sees that, a few people can reach out to you, and then that's a natural referral opportunity created by your system. So that's really the second strategy, basically make referrals easy on LinkedIn. The third strategy is to amplify advocacy through testimonials. So this is where you turn client praise into visible proof that actually attracts new clients. Now, the reason this matters is because when clients praise you privately, it's nice. But when they praise you publicly on LinkedIn, it's very, very powerful. And public testimonials, they are what build trust, demonstrate value, and what can basically attract new clients. So the framework for this is, in the first step, really you want to request a LinkedIn recommendation. So after delivering a great result, ask your client to write you a LinkedIn recommendation. And it can read something as simple as, I'm so glad we achieved result. Would you be willing to write me a LinkedIn recommendation sharing your experience? It would mean a lot and help others to understand the value of this work, right? Now, the second step is to make it easy for them. So don't make them write the whole thing from scratch. At least give them a framework or some talking points. And a framework for this could be that they list the challenge. What problem were you experiencing before we worked together? Then the solution, what did we actually do together? Then the result, so what specific result or transformation did you receive? And then the recommendation, would you recommend me, and if so, to whom? So an example of how you can put together some talking points is you can say, feel free to mention the challenge that you were facing. In a case like mine, you could say lead generation, what we did together, and then you can list LinkedIn authority system, and obviously you tailor that for you, and then the result that you achieved. In this case, we could say 300K to 750K in 6 months. So you can see how all of those components then come together. Now, the third step is then to share testimonials in your content. So when clients write recommendations or send you praise, turn it into content, right? And so you can have a testimonial post framework where you share the testimonial. It could be a screenshot or a quote. Add a bit of context, so explain the client's challenge and the transformation you took them through. Then teach, so share one key insight from the engagement, and then have a call to action to invite others experiencing the same challenge to then reach out. So an example of this could be you saying something like, I recently received this message from a client, and put the screenshot. Here's what we did, list the key insight, and then if you're experiencing the same challenge, let's talk. It can be as simple as that. Now, the fourth step is then to feature testimonials prominently. So add client testimonials to your featured section on LinkedIn. This then makes them visible to everyone who visits your profile, right? And so you can list recommendations, client messages, case study posts. And so in practice, once someone's actually written you a LinkedIn recommendation, you could share it in a post with context and a key insight. That post can get then, of course, reactions. People start to direct message you, and then all of a sudden, you're basically amplifying that advocacy through testimonials. And that's really the third strategy, is basically to amplify that advocacy through those testimonials. So if we're to put all of this together now, the first strategy is to activate clients as advocates. So ask them for referrals at the right time, preferably right after a big win. Give them a referral profile, so help them to clearly articulate what you need, basically the role, industry, challenge, and stage. Give them the language to actually use, so a referral message template, and then give them permission to actually share your content. Now, the second strategy is to make referrals easy on LinkedIn, so tag your clients in relevant posts, create case studies posts basically featuring clients, give them a real reason to share. Ask clients to then engage with your content, and then create shareable content as well. Now, in the third strategy, this is where you want to amplify your advocacy through testimonials. So request LinkedIn recommendations and make it easy for them. Share your testimonials in your content and make sure you feature testimonials regularly, right? And you can go about doing this over the course of several days, several weeks, and you'll start to see how this will really ramp up and amplify over time. Now, this can work really well because ultimately LinkedIn is a professional network. So when clients actually share your content or they write recommendations on LinkedIn, their network then sees it. And if their network is full of professionals who might need your help, that's really targeted visibility. The second reason is that public testimonials build trust. So when someone sees a LinkedIn recommendation or a case study post, it's more credible than a private referral. It's public proof, and public proof builds trust even faster. The third reason is that engagement amplifies reach. So when clients engage with your content on LinkedIn, the algorithm amplifies your reach and their network sees your content, and that then creates referral opportunities that you wouldn't get through private referrals alone. The fourth thing is that it's scalable, because when you build a LinkedIn referral engine, every client becomes an advocate. And as your client base grows, your referral engine will grow, and that then becomes a compounding system, right? And this ultimately, it's not really asking your clients to do extra work. It's just about making it easy for them to promote you through natural LinkedIn activities, engaging with your content, sharing posts, writing recommendations. And when you do, referrals become your primary source of new business. So off the back of doing this, you're going to find that you're going to get higher quality leads, your marketing is going to become much easier, and your business will just be more sustainable, right? And this is the exact same framework that I personally leverage to build a following of over 55,000 followers on the platform, 10 million impressions last year, and now over 100 million impressions for our clients. And so we're moving very, very quickly. And this has certainly been a big part of what's been able to support us. So if you are someone who would actually value being able to build and accelerate your own LinkedIn referral engine, but having it done in a completely done for you manner, where you have a LinkedIn media engine pushing and driving your personal brand to get you to a point where you've got thousands of new highly qualified followers, more leads, and actual authority on the platform, then what you'll need to do is comment the word referral below this video. So just comment the word referral below this video, and I'll send you a completely free breakdown of exactly what it will take to get you to a point and to a position where you can actually grow and scale your brand on LinkedIn in a done for you, completely accelerated manner. So again, comment the word referral below this video and I'll get that completely free breakdown sent over to you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.